Hello and welcome to haQ attaQ. My name is Jakob. I'm your host and you're watching a haQ attaQ episode. This is part 2 of the post dubstep production series. And in part 2 we're going to break down the bass of this track. Now, if you missed part 1, then you can access the playlist for this series if you click this card popping up in the upper right corner. I will keep on filling that playlist with more videos as I make them. So let's get into part 2. As you can see, I'm using Phoenix for this bass, and I thought I'd begin with soloing out the bass and just having a listen to that. It's a very smooth bass and it's got lots of bottom in there, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I love this type of sound. It's something that you can hear a lot in future garage, and what it is basically is a Reese type bass line kind of sound, only it's filtered off massively, so there's no high frequencies. And so I thought, instead of just explaining how it works, I'll just build it up from scratch right here in Gadget, because it's not going to take that long. So the first thing we need to do is to add a Phoenix Gadget. What a Reese bassline really is just detuned oscillators playing saw waveforms. It's really that simple. So we're gonna need some notes in here, and I don't want to put them in by hand because I'm lazy. So I'm just gonna copy what I already have here and paste it into this one. And let's make sure that this Phoenix Gadget is the only one playing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak this sound while listening to it, and so you can hear the changes instantly. And I'm basically just going to pull down on the oscillator so I get a bass tone, pull up on the sustain for the envelopes because I want a long continuous sound, pull down on the frequency knob so we have no high frequencies in there. The waveforms are already set to saw, and then I'm going to detune them. I'm also going to go into the mod section and detune them further with the unison function on. Right, so what that sounds like is this. And that's how simple it is to make a sound like this. Detune multiple oscillators with a saw waveform loaded and you've got a Reese bassline. Then you just pull down on the filter knob and make sure that there are no high frequencies in there. Right, so we don't need this anymore. I can delete this one because I've got mine here. Right, so the only thing we need now is a sidechain compressor to make sure that the bass gets ducked when the bass drum hits. So I've put a sidechain compressor right in here. You can see all the settings, and so I've got the sidechain compression listening to track 1 for the ducking. And track 1 is simply a haQ gadget with the same bass drum pattern as I've got in my main drum loop. Now, if you're wondering why I'm ducking my bass like this using an extra gadget loaded with only bass drums, then I suggest you go watch my sidechain compression tutorial. It basically explains what sidechain compression is if you don't know what it is, how it works, how to set it up, and why I am working like this when I duck my stuff. Lastly, I just want to say, if you look closely here, you can see there are no filters. And I might want to put an equalizer in there, but that won't happen until I get to the mixing stage. That's basically how I make the bass for this track. Now, in the next episode, we're gonna go into the Changmai gadget and the lead sounds. Well, basically bell sounds, because that's what they are. Now, if you're a figure user, then I've made a figure version of this track and uploaded it to my Funa account at Allihopa. So if you want to remix a figure version of this track, then find me on Allihopa. Either search haQ attaQ, Jakob haQ, or at Funa. Thank you so much for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. I've also got a Patreon. I've also got a Patreon account. So if you want to support creativity and good content here on YouTube, then why not sign up on Patreon? Okay, if that's not your cup of tea, then you can always share my videos, link to them on social medias, and press the thumbs up. And if you want to get notified about me making new stuff and uploading new stuff, then if you subscribe, when you subscribe, make sure to click in that little bell there at the side of the subscription button. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it.